Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
Irish Radio, I'm Jerry Byrne. Now, over the past month since the onset of COVID and all the rest of it, I've been speaking to many of the great and the good of Irish entertainment, and I've definitely got a good one, a lass who's incredibly talented, been performing for a long number of years. She was born and raised and still living in Ballydesmond in County Cork. Now, together with herself and her partner, Mike Sheehan, they've been touring for a long, long time in a band since she was just 17. Also into photography as a hobby since she was a child, and then took it up professionally at the age of 25, doing weddings, all sorts of family events, and also is a journalist with the newspaper The Cork Man. Also a fine singer and entertainer. I'm delighted to say hello to Sheila Fitzgerald. Sheila, how are you?
Thank you, Jerry. I'm very well, and lovely to be on with you.
Listen, a real pleasure, real pleasure. Listen, you've been involved in many things as well as the music, the photography, the journalism, and all the rest of it.
Well, you know, it sort of evolved. I suppose I'd say that any of us wasn't planned. Even the music at the start. Well, no, I was always interested in music, and I was singing from a young age at home. Learning the guitar at a young age as well, and learning the accordion from my father. But how it happened then that I actually started in the band was a member of a band that I knew. Actually, they kind of had a disagreement one night, and I was asked to step in. And as I said, the rest is history then, and it evolved over the years to... we had different members, and then Mike and myself were together for 24 years, I suppose, in the band as well. So yeah, and the photography and the newspaper work, that kind of fell into my lap as well. I suppose it wasn't planned in any way. So it's been an interesting journey, to say the least.
Indeed so. No, you were a member of the Heart to Heart band.
Yes.
And since since that, I mean, since it's yourself and Mike who are out playing. I mean, you've done a very, very wide variety of work. I mean, you did the social dancing, also playing for tourists, touring in many, many countries as well.
Yes, well, I suppose what we did was we kind of tailored our show to suit the different audiences. Whereas, like, we had the social dancing program, and then we could be going to Killarney or Tralee or Mallow and be playing for tourists from anywhere in the world, and you have your Irish show then for them, doing all the well-loved Irish songs and the Irish tunes. We toured a lot in England and Scotland, and of course the Irish clubs in England would be the same program as you'd be doing for, you know, the Irish here, essentially. But the country music clubs then would be a completely country program for the English, the native English people. And in Scotland then it should be kind of a different, again, to be more American, strictly American line dance country in the southern half of the country. And further north then, north of Dundee and on up as far as Thurso, they were really inclined to listen to anything Irish or country. So yeah, there was never a dull moment. There was a different material, different songs, different tunes, different program every night.
Right, that's excellent. That's a very it seems as though you got a very diverse selection of music, to sort of suit the occasion and the event.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we did the wedding circuit then for many years as well, and that was another facet of it. And I used to actually do, because there's no weddings now with the lockdown, but I do the music in the church then as well. I also do church music for funerals, so on my own, you know. So like that's another part of it. But I suppose it's easy once you're in music, you kind of play any kind. So it's easy. It's easy to diversify.
Right. Now you've also played in as far away as New York and Paris.
Yeah, well, New York now was for like some of your listeners now would, especially the music business, would know the Dirty Burn promotions, and where Dirty would have a week in the Catskills in northern New York State, and they were great because, you know, most of the audience would be the diaspora, the Irish people that would have left this country many years ago and settled in America. So it was lovely catching up with them, and you'd be there for the week, and you could be playing in the morning at 12, or you could be playing at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on where she should be slotted in the programme. But there'd be maybe 9 or 10 other Irish bands on the tour as well for the same week. So essentially there was music from 12 o'clock in the day until 12 o'clock at night every day.
Excellent.
Fantastic week.
Indeed. And you in Paris, you also played in Paris.
Yeah, well, in Paris it was this Molly Malone bars. They're owned by, as far as I know, a chap from Donegal. So we just gigged there for kind of casually, I suppose, for a few nights. And I played then in South Africa as well. Actually played a concert for the Queen of Lesotho at one time, which was very nice. It was in the palace at Lesotho, and played in the Archbishop's house in Swaziland. So yeah, you know, it's all an adventure.
Indeed, indeed. You certainly have travelled. That is, you know, that is something, and you know, it's amazing where the music has actually taken you.
Well, of course, music can take you anywhere in the world. And it's a pity now. It's such a shame for bands at the moment, and they've been grounded for the complete year of 2020, and there's no end in sight. So I suppose we were lucky that we had been able to go everywhere. Hopefully now people will be again, and there will be, of course, but like it seems never ending now at the moment, this lockdown. After lockdown, but yeah, we're very lucky and very fortunate that we had great times and met loads of people, different locations. And you know, one thing I have to say is we never had any hassle playing anywhere in the world or any trouble. I have my hand in my heart and say that everyone was lovely, you know. So we were very lucky to be able to say that, you know, downtown Birmingham or middle of Glasgow or the middle of Dublin or the middle of Swaziland or whatever, so it was all good.
That's you know, that is excellent. It's excellent to hear. It just shows how you know, how far Irish music can travel in the world, and how it's received in the world.
Well, it's amazing, really, because we were going to Lesotho from Swaziland, and they have you know, the border, which is a kind of a rudimentary check, really, where they look at the passports. And this guy, when he looked at my passport, he said to me, he said, "You're Irish," and he said, "Oh, you're from Cork." He said, "Do you know Rykeen?" So he said, in, you know, darkest Africa, almost. I just couldn't believe it, and I actually do know Rykeen because I did a photo shoot with him for the Corkman, and I was able to say, yeah, I know him. He's smashing guy. Yeah. It was great. He didn't really take much notice of my passport. He was too interested in the football.
Oh boy, it just shows you. It really does. It really does. Magic.
Yeah. It's a small world, as I said.
Indeed so. The thing about it is, you know, as you say, it is a shame the way everything has happened with music, and it's affected every single person in music, or indeed in any of the performing arts, be it people involved in musicals on stage, acting, every single facet of it, you know, to the concerts in the big arenas, and every single thing has been, you know, completely wiped out.
Yeah, it's just shocking, to be honest. You know, when you look at, you couldn't compute the amount of money that's been lost, and also, you know, the performers that are kind of, I suppose, they're depressed now at this stage, and even down to the local pubs. And I've been on my travels for the newspaper, chatting to people there now during the lockdown, and lots of the larger pubs around here in Cork and Kerry that would have music sessions, they're kind of looking at the fact that maybe they won't be able to pay any more to have bands. They've been so hit by this crisis. So I think it'll have a knock-on effect for a long time, even after the lockdowns are over.
Yes, yes, indeed. It it has been. But at the end of the day, every pandemic that has been in the world has came and it's went again. So, and I think mankind, I think, has never been placed better to actually, to be able to treat it and get a vaccine for it.
Yes, hopefully there will be a vaccine shortly, and people can go back to some kind of normal life.
Indeed, it looks as though it will be a vaccine that will take to get back into a normal life. Now, listen, you've got an interesting single out at the moment, and it really is fascinating. It's the old gem Eileen McMahon. Now, the interesting thing is that it's actually a recording with your late dad, who passed away in 2005.
Yes, well, my father was a very well thought of traditional singer, and he actually was on RT, on RT radio, and you probably know of Harry Bradshaw. I'm not sure if Harry's still with us or not, but he used to produce and present the Long Nose programme.
Yes.
But when I was young, Harry was a regular visitor to our house. He would come to record my father, and my father was on RT a lot of the time, so I was lucky to have found an old recording that I had made of him myself singing Eileen McMahon. And I just thought, well, this would be lovely now because obviously, like, I could have recorded with him while he was alive, but, hindsight is great.
Indeed.
And you don't think of these things.
Yes, indeed.
But anyway, we just went into the studio there a few weeks ago and put it together. So it's very special to me to have this done now and have him on the same song, which is great,
It is, yeah, and it's it is. I'll have to say the mixing and all that of it is really intriguing, and fair play to those involved in the studio work for it. It's absolutely excellent. And when you were growing up, I believe that you were your dad's right hand man on the farm.
Well, I was, because you see, I was an only child, and I suppose I was the boy when there was no boy. You know what I'm saying? And I suppose it was lucky then, as I grew older, and I started in the band at 17, and I was available by day and working at night, so I was available to do all the work with him on the farm every day, and off at night then playing. I remember actually playing one time 60 nights in a row. There was 2 months, so things were so busy in Ireland that time, music-wise, it's like absolutely flying.
Wow.
Summertime work and weddings and you name it.
That is incredible. That is incredible. Sheila, well done on it all. No doubt this song will do extremely well for you. It really is fascinating, and I think it's great. One thing that has certainly improved, and even in lockdown has helped so many people, is technology, and the technology has also been used in this for yourself, singing with your dad, and it really is brilliant. Great to see it, and well done on it all.
Well, thank you, Jerry. Yes, we're lucky we have our own recording studio here at home, so we're able to kind of work away, even despite the lockdown. And we produce our own videos as well, so I'm hoping now to do a video of this song as well in the next few weeks.
Oh, that's lovely. That is excellent. That is excellent. You're not one of those people who, were looking for something to do while the lockdown was on. You had loads of work to do with your reporting and photography and everything else.
Well, fortunately, at the Corkman, we continue to bring out a paper every week throughout. And in March, when the first lockdown started, it was very difficult because overnight, all the year is very predictable, where you have events that you obviously have some that come up out of the blue, but the events of the year, there's loads of stuff to go out and photograph and write about. And overnight, the calendar was wiped clean, so we were kind of improvising then for several weeks, writing about volunteers and photographing things like that. but we managed to keep going anyway, and we're bringing out a paper every week, so there was plenty to be doing. And then with a bit of spare time, then I spent in the studio and, you know, recording and doing bits of videos and stuff. So there's never enough hours in the day, to be honest.
Right. Fair play. Well done. Well done on that. Sheila, listeners, well, lovely to catch up with you. Lovely to chat to you. Listen, I wish yourself and Mike and everyone loads of success. Stay safe and stay well. And listen, when it's safe to do so, no doubt you'll be back in action once again.
Please God, we will, yeah. And can I just say hello to everybody, all your listeners. I'm sure that some of them would know us, and we enjoyed our time with them, and we hope that we will see them again with the help of God. And I also want to compliment you on your show and continued success, Jerry.